Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Chrissy. Today I'm painting a little Christmas scene of a little girl and a little Christmas tree. I like these old traditional type looking scenes as well, so I thought it'd be somewhat refreshing for you to watch also. I'm just starting off with a dark background. I've just put a thin wash there of phthalo green on the back. I've dried it and I'm building it up with a darker tone, so I've just added some more phthalo green and a little bit of black to that dark mixture. I'm using a nice soft filbert brush and I'm working on a 11x8 canvas. So I've dried that off. I'm just getting my painter's knife. I'm putting a bit of texture on this wall in the back. This is going to be the background wall, obviously, for where the little girl is going to be standing. And at the bottom here, I'm just using some burnt umber, some yellow ochre, just to get the base of the floor. I've let that dry and I've given it a full wash of just some Payne's Grey right over the whole painting, just to dull things back a little bit. So I'm using my sponge now, using yellow ochre and a bit of orange and gold. I'm just going to get some texture and some undercoat basis into this floor to give some nice shadow effects. So I to and fro with colours, as you can see here, with the darks and the lights. Just getting it how I want it to do, glaze it over, and then I go back in with my sponge for the final highlights. And the lighter highlights, I've just used a bit of Naples yellow. So I've dried that off. I've got my little girl drawn on, my little angel girl, and loose impressionistic drawing of my Christmas tree, obviously, because I've got to paint that in. So I weren't over fussed about the drawing as such. I'll do most of that when I start painting it in with the paint. So I'm just blocking her in here, as you can see. I'm just using a nice blue-grey to block her dress in, just to get the nice, because I've got a really dark value anyway, because I've got the dark green background, so that's helped me out a little bit there. So these are more of my mid-tones that I'm putting in now. Now she's wearing some little stockings, so I've put them in that same colour as well, just add it a bit more neutral, like a bit more of an off-white rather than a blue. I'm building up a skin tones here with multiple thin layers. I'm letting each layer dry. Like I said, I'm going to cross and put them in dark greens in for my tree while the skin tone and her dress is drying. And now putting the branches in my Christmas tree, I'm just using some sap green with a tiny bit of yellow added to that. Onto my little presents. I'm doing them a random, well, not random, the colours I wanted to pick out. So I've used a red, a gold, and the front one I do a nice turquoise colour. So I think it's all in keeping with the actual painting. I think it looks really nice at the end results. So I've kept that red on my brush and I've filled in my little baubles. Now I'm going back and doing my little gold ones. Back to my little round detail brush just to get the features in. It's a loose paint. I'm not going over mad on the detail, obviously, because it's only a little bit of a face. You can't really see much. And just highlighting her hand there that's holding the Christmas bauble and her arm. So I'm using some pinky flesh tones with some yellow ochres, a little bit of red in there. I'm just reshaping, as you can see, her face, because I've gone back in with a dark colour to reshape round. Some little dark values there again, just to reshape around again. I'm putting a little hair in. I'm just using a nice yellow ochre with a tiny bit of Naples yellow. Also, I've got the dark in, so that's your basis of your hair. You want to leave all the darks in, really. We'll start with the darker underlay, then work your tones up lighter as you go, yeah? Make sure you've got them shadows in on a hand. I'm using that nice red colour just to put some little highlights in her hair, and then I glaze that on, let it dry, then I'll come back and finish that after. So I'm going on with some cadmium red here. It's a nice bright colour. It's over that dark, nice thin layer, so there's still a bit of the dark showing through, because wrapping paper like reflects, so you'll see some darker shadows and some bright specks in the actual paper. So don't block them all in one same colour. Try and leave some dark showing through underneath. I'm now going in with the white again. It's still tinted slightly with some blue. Any blue that you like. I've just used some ultramarine blue, but any blue that's to hand that you have, doesn't really matter. So I'm getting the ruffles and the actual creases in a dress. I put them in mid-tones in, as you can see here. And I've just tinted her stockings a bit more. I've just added a bit of turquoise into them because I think it looks really nice when we had the highlights on. Some wrinkles there in his stockings because they never pull them up, do they, kids? They've always got wrinkles in his tights. I'm adding some more highlights here. I've just added a bit more yellow to that sap green just to brighten it up slightly. No white because it just wash it out white. So just brighten it up with your yellows. Just get my bows on with that nice dark green colour. I've gone back in with that nice turquoisey teal colour. So just added some more white just to get the highlighted bits in. Thin layer again. I'd never go too thick. I always work in thin layers, and I like to work that way because it builds it up nicely for me, but everybody's different. I hope you enjoy this, guys. If you do, give us a thumbs up. I appreciate that. And if you do any of my artwork, you can share it in my Facebook group if you remember, or you can tag me on Facebook, and you can also tag me on Twitter and Instagram. It'd be nice to see some of your creations if you follow me. And all the links for that are in the description box below. And any comments you can leave and I'll get back to you. And now I'm putting the highlights in. Like I said, another nice thin layer. So I'm just scrumbling over that turquoisey colour on the tights. Just get that nice light shine. And same here on a little dress. I'm back in with the yellow ochre and a tiny bit of yellow, just normal cadmium yellow, just putting them flecks of highlights in her hair on the baubles. And I've gone with a brighter red, which is a vermilion red. But any red you're happy with. You can even have a pinky colour or use magenta. It doesn't really matter. I've just got a little halo in. I've used a dry brush there just to mark it in. So I want to come back and give that a nice halo effect. So I'm just painting my little cat in that's playing with the Christmas baubles. He's looking up at the little girl thinking, are you going to throw that one to me or am I going to jump up and get it? He's probably been in the tree and knocked them all off because it's a cat and cats do things like that, don't they? Little highlights on the boxes there. Not too many, you know what I mean? Just add a few here and there. You don't have to go over mad with stuff. Just make sure you got your shadows in like I'm doing now. I'm just giving a thin glaze of shadows underneath the boxes and underneath the little girl. And obviously around the cat. I'm putting these little highlights in. I think he's dead cute, just sat there, isn't he? Looking up mischievous, should I say. Because they pretend they haven't done anything when you know it's them. You know they're in trouble. But they pretend they're not in trouble. I like the orange, the reds and the turquoises. I think it looks really nice. And then the golds with a lovely white frock. I think it's all fits in nice. I'm just darkening some shadows there, as you can see. Just another thin glaze. Just darkening the little cat up as well. Some more bobs of highlights there on the ribbons and on the boxes. And obviously a couple more on the baubles. The little layer. So with my final highlight layer now on a dress, just to make it nice and glowy and nice. And she really stands out there. So she's obviously the main focus of the painting. Like I say, I hope you've enjoyed this, guys. Have a wonderful Christmas, and I'll see you real soon, and thanks for watching. On screen now are 2 videos you may like to watch, and if you're not already subscribed, click on my face and be sure to click the icon bell to get a notification. As always, thanks for watching and create something wonderful. See you all soon on my next video.